happy hump day. It's Wednesday. We are here live on the YouTube channel. I hope you're having a great day. Let me know what you're doing. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. If you're brand spanking new here, welcome. We're so glad that you've taken time out of your busy holiday season to be live with us. My name is Rachel Langston. I'm an owner and craft educator here, and the voice that you will be hearing is Miss Becca. She's also an owner and craft educator here. And at Oak and Lamb, all we want to do is make you a confident, well-rounded crafter in whatever area of crafting you're passionate about. We teach on a lot of things, and today we're going to be teaching on some Cricut Adaptive Tools. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So let me know if we have any newbies. If you have some questions, definitely ask them. We love answering questions live. If you are new to Cricut, let us know because Oak and Lamb is for you. You will love Oak and Lamb. And we're going to make an envelope. You can put a card in it.
Yep.
I say both. I
say both too.
I interchange them so that no one gets pissed off at me. I'll just sprinkle envelope and sprinkle envelope. That way I can just, try and make everybody happy, which is not possible, but boy, howdy do I try. What are you guys doing? Let me know. It is cool and rainy and gross here today in East Tennessee. It is 58 degrees, so it's not cold, but it's rainy and gross. I had my wipers on full blast on the way to work this morning, and if you do that, you know that it's hard, and it was dark this morning, so just tail lights right in front of me. I was going like 20 on the way here, which Becca's probably like, you're such a grandma. I do not drive well in the rain. In the dark and the rain, like hang it up, I do not love to drive in it. So I was like, if I can just make it to work this morning. Linda said either pronunciation is good. Thank you, Linda. Even though both pronunciations is fine, people still have their preferences. That being said, I'm still going to sprinkle both of them because naturally I just say both of them depending on how I'm feeling at the exact moment. So today's live is going to be a good mix of both of those pronunciations for sure. Jen said, first thing I heard was Rachel saying pissed off. Sorry, Jen. We're going to have a great live today. I'm not pissed off. I don't want to piss anybody off. If you see this over here next to me, this project, look how beautiful it is. This jar is filled with clear gel beads and water and some fun looking Christmassy things. And I made this for a member only video today. Now, I don't know if it's going out today. That's up to Becca. I have no idea. She's in charge of that. I made it and I edited the video and I added a finished photo that I took that I was sure to mention that I took the finished photo, not Becca, because I didn't want her photography name to be slandered because my photo was not the bee's knees. But it's good. It was good. So if you are fond of fun little projects like this, we love to pour into our members in a bunch of different ways, but we do have a member-only video coming to you guys on how to make this. It was really super fun. It was really, I just like to play in those little clear Orbeez, really. And then Becca made a reel about it.
Mm-hmm. I did.
She did. That reel is going to be chef's kiss phenomenal. So keep your eyes out for that on our socials. Follow us if you don't already, by the way. So you love my shirt, Linda. I love my shirt too. Thank you. This was from last Christmas when Charlie was in my belly. And of course it still fits. It's almost too small. But she looks good. I thought I lost it for the longest time. Then I found it. I'm excited to see that Christmas video Rachel made. You're going to love this. Oh. Let me see. Good morning to all Rainy Day Flock members. Yes, it is rainy. I'm actually doing my Christmas card envelopes on the Joy right now while watching. What? Wait. You can...
And how big are your Christmas card envelopes?
You can cut out Christmas. Christy, tell me. Okay, so supplies for today is bare minimum, which I think is great. We'll have plenty of time to chit chat after the live or not after the live, after the project portion of the live. So we'll dive into this super easy tutorial. If you're a Cricut beginner, like I said, let us know. We do have some really, really great resources for you if you are a Cricut beginner. But today we're going to be using our Cricut Maker 3. We're going to be using adaptive tools today, which means that you have to have a Maker. You do not need a Maker to make and cut envelopes. The only reason that we are using one is because we want to use some adaptive tools. That being said, you can use your Cricut Explorer, Cricut Explorer Air 2, Cricut Maker, whatever, to cut these out with your fine point blade and use them like that. But since we're using adaptive tools, we're going to need a Maker today. So we have a Maker 3. We're going to be using a quick swap housing and our debossing tip, as well as, we found it, we have them all here, as well as our wavy blade, which also goes on the quick swap housing. Pop that out. So if you have both of these, if you've wondered what to use them for, if you're looking for different adaptive tools, we're going to show you how to use 2 different ones today in some different type of ways. Now, Becca, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to also have to have a scoring stylus to make the scores in this card.
Or the scoring wheel, yeah.
Or the scoring wheel, yes. The scoring wheel, I think it's also, yeah, it also goes on the quick swap housing. So if I did that, I would have to change this blade, not blade, but this tool 3 different times. I'm too lazy for that. So we're going to use a scoring stylus today. We're using a lot. We're really giving our Maker a workout today, which I appreciate. I'm fine with that. I'll have to look and see if I have any adaptive blades that may come with my Maker. Linda, so none come with your, that's a lie. The rotary blade used to come with the Cricut Maker originally. For some reason, I don't really know why, but the later generations of the regular Cricut Maker, so like the second round of production of them, quit including that rotary blade, which is bogus in my opinion. They should have like lowered the price by 20, 30 bucks, but they didn't. So unfortunately, the only tools that you get with your Cricut Maker or Cricut Maker 3 is your fine point blade and a couple of mats, if I'm not mistaken. I think you might get a pen too. But adaptive tools you don't get any, unfortunately. So all of these are you have to purchase them. You have to get them. And we have all of them. We've had them for a while, and we just didn't really know what to do with them. So Becca made it a mission. She's like, we're going to use these adaptive tools for something. So we're going to be using some today. Teresa, can you tell me what is acetate? It comes up under plastic. Yeah, so acetate is like a super, super thin sheet of mostly clear film. I would say film. Film is a better word than plastic, because plastic to me makes me think of thicker, and it's relatively thin. You can also Google acetate or Google the brand that you have, or if you're looking to cut it, because there are a lot of different types. Crystal, good morning everyone. I'm here to find out how many adaptive tools Rachel and Becca convinced me to buy. Crystal, I want to give a PSA. I think Becca might feel differently. If so, of course, she is more than welcome to speak on her own behalf. But I don't know if I personally would purchase, like go out of my way to purchase any adaptive tools other than the rotary blade.
The fact that we have to find a project and actually create a project to use them is a good indication that you likely don't need them.
This video is mostly for those of you
who already have them and want to know what to do with them.
Who already have them, who not jumped the gun. I won't use that Southern quote if you want another one, but who maybe got a little excited and bought all the adaptive tools and then just haven't ever used them. So like Becca said, this is mostly if you already have these and you're just like twiddling your thumbs with them and they're collecting dust. We're not going to convince you to purchase these because, like Becca said, we have to find projects to use these things on. It's not every day we're like, oh my gosh, I've got to break out that wavy blade. We just don't feel that way.
Are the adaptive tools only good for the Maker machines? Yes.
So the Maker is the only line of machines that are compatible with adaptive tools. It has the B clamp that is specially designed for the wheels, like the brass wheels on these adaptive tools. So that is what allows the machine to use these tools properly. You cannot use anything but the fine point blade, the bonded fabric blade, and the deep cut blade on your Explore series machines. As far as blades go, of course, you can use your scoring stylus and things like that.
For those of you who are Oak and Lamb members, we do have a handy dandy guide in our O&L Cricut Academy handbook.
I'll be a hand model really quick.
Yes, that goes over all of the tools that are available with Cricut, and it tells you know which machines they're compatible with. So what the tools do and which they're compatible with. So if you're an Oak and Lamb member, grab that. It is free to you.
And if you're not an Oak and
under your
Lamb
dashboard.
member, you need this, especially if you're a Cricut beginner, especially. Even seasoned Cricut crafters have questions like which blade is used to cut what, which blade is compatible with what machine, what mat should I cut, what's some Cricut terminology I need, things like that. It's chock full of great things like that in our amazing O&L Cricut Academy. It is free to every single member, like Becca said, and we are running a great sale for Black Friday through the end of the year. So you have a couple more weeks to take advantage of this. It's our best deal of the year ever as far as Oak and Lamb goes, just kind of throwing you guys a great coupon code out in the public, and that is a coupon code JINGLE. Use that code to get $45 off your yearly membership. Now, I didn't say your first year here because during this sale, you also get $45 off every consecutive year that you stay with us, which is something that we've never done and something that we only will do during Black Friday. So join today. Hundreds of cut files with free commercial use licensing, great free resources like this, over 20 videos in this course to help you master your Cricut, member only Facebook group, so much stuff. We've got a lot to offer here at Oak and Lamb. So let us know if you have any questions about that and grab your membership today. Now, that was a great question. They are only for makers. But like I said, you don't have to have a maker to create an envelope. You can make an envelope with the regular fine point blade in your Explore series or whatever. But like we mentioned, we're trying to use some adaptive tools today. So with that, we need our maker. So we have the quick swap housing. And then for tips, we're using the Deboss tip, the Wavy Blade, and our scoring stylus. So gather all of those together. We have a standard grip mat that's been like used, but not used a ton. And then some cardstock. I'm actually going to make Becca finalize a pick for cardstock. I think this one's okay to use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Darker does better with the debossing.
Darker does do better because really the debossing, it adds it doesn't take anything away from the card. It just adds a little embellishment. It's not something that you have to do. It's just a really fun option if you have that debossing tool. And like us, we're just kind of scratching our heads on what to use it for. So if that's like you and you make a lot of cards or you make a lot of envelopes for your cards, this is a great solution. Okay, let me see. I think I have all of them. I thought I needed them and haven't used most of them. I have no idea how to use them, so I'm glad I'm here. Patty, we're so glad you're here too. I think a lot of people can really resonate with you in that they purchased all of the adaptive tools and have yet to use them or kind of use them once or twice and just don't really know what to use them for anymore. So that's what we're here today for. Okay, let's go ahead over to Cricut Design Space. This is going to be a super easy tutorial in Design Space. Again, if you're a beginner, this is extremely beginner friendly. I already have this one finished here. So this is what we're moving. We're going to move this piece and this piece into this card. So this is already pre-sized. Becca has done that for us. We have lots of different envelope cut files at Oak and Lamb. This is the most simple one. Becca has a lot of beautiful ones though, so definitely check them out if you haven't already and you are a member. But first things first, this is a card insert for the envelope, which just adds a little bit of added detail and elegance there. And you know, elegance, I don't really need it. So I'm gonna cut that out. So I'm gonna go over here to my layers panel, click on that and click delete. Now what's left is a score line, or excuse me, it's a line that we would have needed to change into a score line. And I don't want that either, so I'm gonna click delete. Now I'm gonna bring this, size this up so you guys can see it better, and Becca will stop me if there's any questions. Okay, so this envelope looks a little strange because if you look over here in your layers panel, you have the envelope outline and then you have this black square. Now, why this black square is here is because unfortunately when you create cut files that you import into Design Space, it will not import with score lines, so you have to do that yourself, which sounds difficult. It's literally one click of a button. So I'm going to click that one layer right there. And you can see under Operation, it's set to Basic Cut. You can see right there. I want to click that drop-down menu and change it to a score line. And that's that. I mean, that's it. It doesn't get any easier than that. That's it. Now, what you're going to want to do is take both of those layers, make sure they're both selected, and I'm going to attach those. And what that's going to do is tell my Cricut to score this line right as it is on our envelope, because we don't want that to move on us. If we hadn't attached and we just went through and clicked to make it, what would have happened is it would have put the score line like next to the envelope on the mat, and we wanted it to stay put right there. Okay. Now this is our little embellishment. This is how it imports, just like this. And for the card right now, it's actually gonna fit better if this little point is up at the top. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can click rotate, or you can go over here, hold down shift, and just rotate it yourself, really whatever works. And that kind of falls behind there. So what you can do is click arrange and click bring to front, just like that. And now we'll just size this. We want this to be decently large. And I'm going to try and align this, and do this centered horizontally. So now I know it's centered. And once you have it how you like it, you click that little embellishment there. And right under Operation, where we changed that cut box to a score line, we're going to go down here to Deboss right here. And see, we have our Maker 3 select. If you happen to have multiple machines like we do, these options won't even be available if you don't have a Maker or a Maker 3. So if for some reason you have your machine over here selected for the Joy, let's say for instance, or your Explorer, it's not going to have these listed. We're going to click Deboss, and it's going to change the look of that a little bit, and that's fine. And just like that score line, we want to take that and we want to attach that together. Again, telling our Cricut that we want to deboss right here where it's at. Now, these look identical because they are identical. I just did the exact same thing, so we can just delete one and we'll save the one we just created. And is there any questions about that? Any questions? It was super easy. Super easy. Okay, so we're going to continue on. I'm going to click Make It. And you can see here it's going to fit perfectly on our 12 by 12 mat. It says right here, Score Deboss Basic Cut. Now we're going to click Continue. We're going to connect to the Maker. And Becca, medium cardstock? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, medium cardstock. No? Yes, maybe so.
I think I had to do craft board because it wouldn't cut all the way through for some reason.
Fine by me.
With
we might need to
with the wavy blade.
We might need to change our blade out for sure. Okay.
Well, it was the wavy blade. It wouldn't cut
true.
through all the way.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Because it was so thick, yeah.
Yeah, Becca tested this out a while ago. Okay, so number 2, it's going to tell us to load up our double scoring wheel. I don't want to do that. I want to use our scoring stylus. But the Cricut's telling me what to do, so what do? I'm going to click Edit Tools. So go right here, Edit Tools. I'm going to use my scoring stylus and click Apply. Now, Basic Cut. Would it say Wavy Cut or something like that, Becca?
Oh, you need to change it from basic to wavy. You have to do that on the
I
canvas.
did in the in design. Oh, I did it on my finished one, not this one. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. I did it on the one I just deleted and then saved this one. My bad. So we do have to change that one over. So we have all of this attached. We're going to take out. Why do I have 2 of these here? I'm going to take our envelope. We're going to move this from basic cut, and we want to make this wavy. Sorry, guys, I'm jumping the gun. So go ahead and click wavy there. And now we should be good to go. Let me double check. So this one's set to wavy. This one's set to score. This is set to deboss. Okay, now we're rocking and rolling. Sorry, guys. Now we're going to click make it, send it on over. There we go. Score, deboss, wavy cut. Now we're cooking. Okay, craft board setting. I'm going to change my tool just like I did again from the double scoring wheel to scoring stylus. That way I can pop that into clamp A and then my quick swap housing into clamp B. And it's going to go ahead and tell me to load in my deboss tool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now we can go overhead and I will pop my cardstock on here, just like this, 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. I'm going to use my brayer and braid this down really well on my mat. This mat is kind of loved. Nah, this will be perfect. Okay. And Becca, you might have to show me the screen so I can get my Cricut to look good here. How am I looking? Oh, she's beautiful. Thank you, Becca. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're going to pop this in. And I'm going to change my blade around. Measuring the mat length. Okay, so I'm going to open up clamp B, pop in my quick swap housing and my debossing tip. So all you do, there's a little button on top of that quick swap housing. You just press it to release those tips and then pop them right back on the same way. So I'm going to put that in here, just like so, shut that clamp. And then in clamp A, I'm going to pop in my scoring stylus. Now we're rocking and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and press the flashing start button and let her go. Now let's go over. I'm going to look at your all's comments and see what you guys are doing. Have you all gotten your houses decorated for Christmas yet? Trees up, all that good stuff? I sure hope so. Let me know. So it went through there, scored that box for us. And that noise, if you can hear it, it was scanning to make sure that it had that debossing tip in there. And like Becca said, we'll talk about this. Darker colors do better for this. You can see the debossing better with darker colors of paper. Becca, I think we used some lighter colors, and it was still pretty. But especially on camera, you just couldn't see them great.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that is very pretty. And then after this, Design Space will prompt us to change the quick swap housing from the debossing tool to the wavy blade. So Cricut will prompt you. If you're a beginner and you're like, okay, this is a lot of switching blades, this is a lot of new things, don't fret about it. So if I go over here, it says next, for the next step, load the wavy blade in clamp B. So that's what I'm going to do. So don't unload your mat, don't touch anything except for your clamp B. Just open up that clamp, take out your quick swap housing, remove that blade, or that tip rather, and add your wavy blade. Pop that in, just like that. Oh, that clamp's tight. Oh, what's happening here? There we go. Okay, now you're going to press the flashing start button again. And then it will go through and cut this out for you. Let's see here. Yes, I put mine up right after Halloween. Oh, Christina, after Halloween. Beth has 4 Christmas trees this year. Beth, what are you doing? Trees are up, stockings up, making ornaments right now. Oh, Katie. Oh, I love it. I love hearing about your guys' Christmas decorations. Do you all go all out? I have a tree and stockings, and that is it. I've always been a super simple Christmas decorator, mostly because I've always lived in places that have zero storage. When I have a house that has storage or a garage or a finished basement, I will definitely utilize that space, or even an attic. But we haven't had the opportunity, so it's really hard. I'm having to bum my Christmas stuff on my in-laws or my parents and have them keep it because it's in like a 9-foot long Christmas tree bag. I just put everything in it. So my parents were gracious enough this past year to let me keep my stuff in their basement because we have no storage at all. Okay, so we're done. Everything looks great. If you see a couple of like little rips on the paper, totally fine. It's just around the corner edge, not on the card, but like on the extra paper, the excess paper, so that's fine. We're going to unload the mat. And I forgot about a supply, which is some adhesive. whether that be an ATG gun, an ATR gun, or whatever you want to use. And now we're going to remove this from the mat, which you guys know how we like to remove things from the mat, which is place our mat face down and peel our mat up from our paper, not the other way around. There'll be no curling or anything, and look how beautiful this is. Look how pretty. Okay, now all you have to do is score. You can use a scoring board, you can use a scoring, like a bone folder type of deal, or you can just use your fingers. I, to be honest with you, would go the route of using your fingers because this paper is white cord, and if you take something like a bone folder, I don't want to show you, but if you take a bone folder and you really get a good crisp line right there, you're going to actually shred that paper a little bit and you'll be able to see that white core on your paper. So be gentle with your paper. And I am going to use our bone folder to help me fold this in. Where's our line here? There's our line. Sorry if you guys can't see this. You guys know how to fold paper. Okay. Just like that. If you want to go lightly, you can go lightly. Really light, get a crisp line. You don't want to just, drag back and forth like normal. That's how you normally do it. And you might not be able to see that line, but I sure can. And if I believe I'm correct, this is just a regular A2 size card envelope here. That's what would fit well in here. Okay. Look how beautiful. And that's easy. I don't know if you guys can see this deboss. Becca, help me out. Let me know if I
can see it. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
It looks great. It looks so pretty.
And that was super quick, like the whole thing.
So
Start
quick.
to finish,
so
in
quick.
Design Space, super easy.
If you only send out like 15 or 20 Christmas cards, you could do this in an hour. Make them all. It takes no time at all. Super, super cute. Okay. Now, I'm going to grab the ATG gun and we'll put this puppy together. Let me unplug my machine so I can see your all's comments. Let's see. I have one tree with family ornaments. I don't do decorative trees. Maria, I totally get that, especially as Charlie gets older and will hopefully make me some ornaments. I would love to do that as well. I've slowly had to take some ornaments off my tree and move them up to the top just because, if one of Charlie's train toys or one of his little cars rolls over towards the tree, he never messes with the tree except when a toy rolls over to it, and then he's like, oh my gosh, look at this tree. Look how cool. This is so neat. So it'll grab a ball off the tree. So I had to put him up a little bit to where he's not so tempted. But my tree is quote unquote decorative. Hopefully that'll change though. Okay, so we're going to take this. We've already scored and creased all of our little lines here. And I must have folded that a bit off. My bad. Let me fold that a little bit better. There we go. Folding's not an exact science. It could be. Okay. Now, Becca, I always do this wrong.
That way.
This way?
Yep.
Okay. So the sides are in first, and then see, that looks much better. I don't know if the other way is technically wrong. Becca's going to be like, oh, yeah, it's wrong. But then we're just going to fold this together. That's it. So I'm just going to take this. Make sure those lines are going to be good. And instead of adding tape here, I'm going to add tape here. I'm going to kind of visualize where all that is, where it overlaps like that. And if you add tape here and you accidentally get somewhere it's not going to touch, then you're going to stick this to the bottom of your card. Then a card's not going to slide in there very easily, so I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to add some ATG right here, just like that on the sides. Just like that. Look. How pretty. And then that'll fold down. Look how gorgeous that is. I love that. And then, Becca, I don't know if we forgot to buy it. I think that might have been my job and I just failed. But I think we're going to do a little bit of crafting with some wax seals.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
Which sounds great to me. I think they're super fascinating. I will watch TikToks with wax seals all day long. I just love it. I think the process is super cool. And last year, Anna did, for our Black Friday event, if I'm remembering correctly, she actually did some ways to wrap presents or to like add details and things to presents. And she was using some wax seals too, which sounded and looked amazing. I want to put my fine point blade in there again, just kind of make it to where the next person who crafts isn't having to clean up my mess or nothing. Right, Becca?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
That was so quick. I love it. I love an easy win like that.
Debossing. It looks so professional and so gorgeous. We used a beautiful color of paper. I really like that wavy blade. I think it added a little something.
Yeah, so what would you all use the wavy blade for?
Let me know.
What do you use it for? Yeah.
I'm still thinking that I might make like a DIY Christmas gift, like not like a coupon book, but like something kind of like that for Christmas with the perforation blade. I think I might want to use that. It kind of inspired me when Becca wanted to use these blades. I thought, well, let me see what I can come up with. But I think it's neat. I think it's really cute. I'm not saying go to buy it. I'm not saying go and purchase this blade.
I don't think it's necessary.
If you have it, Becca was thinking of you all that already have them, and you're like, what do I do with them? So we have something for you to do, which is make a gorgeous little envelopes with your wavy blade and your debossing tip. That was really pretty too. That debossing tip took it to the next level. Next level. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you guys want to see more of the Cricut Academy handbook. If you guys are brand new and you're thinking about joining, that is one of the free courses that we do offer to all members, so we would love to show you that. Ask any questions you have. We also offer an incredible course teaching you guys how to create your own cut files. Becca made a 33 video course all about Illustrator. This is the third time she has created training on using Illustrator. And when I say it's been perfected, I am not exaggerating. It is amazing. So if you have been thinking about creating your own cut files, or you want to create some to sell for a little extra income, that is a great course to purchase.
And we've onboarded so many new students. Now is a really great time because you can jump on with them and not feel like you're the only one who's just started. There's lots of people. Seriously, just this week, we've onboarded so many new students.
Yes.
That you can just kind of jump in together and do it together.
Learn.
So
yeah, and it's $50 off as well. It's on sale right now too. No coupon code necessary for that one though. The link is in the description below. So grab that. You don't want to miss out on the training for Illustrator. It's incredible. Like I said, 33 videos, and there's a private Facebook group where you can talk to Becca anytime. If you have a question, Becca's always there. That's really different from any other Illustrator training out there, which is kind of like, here's your videos, have a great time. Becca wants to make sure that the things that she has taught you, you retain and you learn and you master. That way you can grow in confidence with whatever you're passionate about. That's what we do here at Oak and Lamb. Whether you have a Cricut or you have a Glowforge or another laser cutter, whether you do sublimation or woodworking or sewing or anything like that, we are here to walk with you. So let me know what we can do for you today. Let me know. Oh, well, that's it. That was a quick live.
yeah,
Quick. Done. Let me know what you guys want to see. This will be coming out soon. This is fascinating. Also, I really jumped the gun on my Orbeez. I probably put several hundred, if not a couple thousand Orbeez in that igloo cooler and dumped in like 1.5 gallons of water. Oh my Lord. Me and Becca both made one of these and we didn't even put a dent in them. So they're just chilling down here in the floor. Boy, they're fun. I was like, Becca, don't you just want to kind of sit in a bathtub of these just for a second or
I poured
two?
some outside on our walkway because it's raining. I wanted to see what happened. Did they puff up?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm seeing right now. They look like little rocks right now.
Love it.
Yeah, hilarious. Oh, let's see. I thought someone was knocking on our door.
I did too.
Maybe they're knocking on the neighbor's door. Maybe. For some reason, you can hear that. Well, let me know what you want to talk about. Otherwise, we're hitting the road. So if you want to chit chat, we're here to chit chat.
Yeah.
We love to chit chat. If you don't, we'll leave y'all alone. Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried to deboss Dollar Tree faux leather? I have not.
No.
And here's why. Generally with faux leathers, it has like a coating on it. And what is going to happen is when you deboss it, it's going to break through that coating and it's going to have like an ugly color underneath. That's not always, but some of, especially the cheaper faux leathers, that's what would happen to it. I've engraved faux leather.
Huh? Yeah, you have.
Wait. Was that faux leather or was it real leather?
That was real leather.
That
was genuine leather.
Yeah, that worked well.
It did.
It worked really well.
Now, faux leather, iron-on does exceptional with, honestly. Iron-on does great with faux leather.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys ever tried to, oh, sorry, wrong one. Keep Orbeez away from baby. Of course, Jen, yes, those are dangerous for babies. How often do you have to change the water in Orbeez? I added water twice. Now, it's not like they're going to ruin if you don't add enough water. All that's going to happen is they're not going to expand all the way, and you can just add more water. They're not very finicky. They're pretty forgiving, so I let them sit all the way overnight.
I gotta be honest. I've told Rachel this. Like,
Yeah.
this is a fun project.
Yeah.
It's fun to do it. I think it would make cool centerpieces for parties and things like that. It's not really something that I'm like, man, I want this as decor in my house forever. You know, so I think for a season, you're not going to have to change the water out and then just toss it.
Dump it.
Yeah.
Not down your sink.
No.
Don't put them down your sink. Somewhere else. Honestly. They're cool though. But it's not Orbeez brand, but I have no idea what else to call them. The description of them in Amazon has so many SEO keywords that there's just no way to... It's like gel, water beads, growing gel. I don't even know. I just call them Orbeez because I think everybody knows what Orbeez are. And if you don't, they're like these little bitty hard pebbles. And if you put them in water, they expand. They like soak up the... They're gel though. It's not like you pop them and it just water splashes like a water balloon. They're gel. So when they hit the water, they'll just kind of expand with the water. And they're about 11 millimeters. So they're like the size of a marble, maybe a hair smaller than a marble. But they're very satisfying because they're all jelly-like and squishy. But they're surprisingly durable, aren't they, Becca?
They are.
Like they'll like bounce around on the floor. Like they don't just like splat. They're super satisfying. I could have played in them for a while. I told James I did. I was just scooping them and letting them fall out of my hand and scooping them. Talk about like a sensory play thing. It was fascinating. Fascinating. But Orbeez is like the brand, the big brand of them. But don't buy their brand, mostly because those are like weird colors. I just bought these off of Amazon. They're like $10 for 10,000 of them. And there's no way we'll ever use 10,000 of them, like unless we want to like prank somebody's swimming pool. I don't know. I like the look of them as a centerpiece, but was seeing videos that said you need to change the water every 2 to 3 days, and who has time for that? No. I mean, if you see the water going down and maybe add a hair to it, but I would not change the water in these. Now, I also used distilled water. I didn't use tap water or anything like that. You want to use really nice crystal clear water. Distilled water is the water that they suggest that people use who like make those spheres for like whiskey drinks and stuff, because it makes crystal clear ice cubes, because there's no nastiness in the water, no little inclusions or dots or flecks. It's just crystal clear because it's been boiled and all that. So that's the water I use. So it is truly crystal clear. I mean, the Orbeez are super clear in there. You can't even see that they're in there. It just looks like this is suspended, which is the whole point of that, which is cool. Oh, Christy, thank you. Remember to like the video. Yeah, guys, liking the video, subscribing. It is free to do. Takes you 2 seconds. So if you're not already subscribed, every single subscriber we are so thankful for. So subscribe down below. Ring the bell to get notified. We go live several times a week. We have pre-recorded videos going out for you guys. We do so much here at Oak and Lamb, and we hope that you can be a part of us, whether right now all that's in your budget is to subscribe, which is free, or whether you're able to snag that incredible membership at the lowest price all year. Either way, we love that you're here, and we're so thankful for you. My kids love to play with Orbeez outside at the water table in the summer. Crystal, yes, when Charlie's old enough not to put everything in his mouth, I can't wait to buy him some Orbeez because number one, they're cheap and they're easy. And I could sit here and play with them for hours probably, just scooping them out. And I mean, it was very satisfying. It was good fun. So that's good. That's good. Good mom. Fun mom award for the summer for sure. Do they dry up without water? Tam, I'm just going to be completely transparent. I'm not sure. I would say yes, like if you take them out of water and you like put them on the table. I told Becca I think it would be like a contact. Have you ever like taken a contact out and it like fallen next to the trash can, not quite in it, and it like shrivels up really little? And once you take the hydration out of something, the water, you know, I think it's just going to shrivel back up. Personally, that's what I think. I have seen them at Hobby Lobby in the floral section, but it's been years since I've looked to see if they still sell them. They do still sell them, Jenny. I'm not sure if they sell them at Hobby Lobby. I would need to check, but they are used mostly for floral arrangements. You are correct. You are correct. Okay, well, guys, last chance. You want to talk about anything? Anything to chit-chat about? Let me know. Becca's had quite a morning. She might not want to relive it, so
I'm not reliving it.
So we're not going to make her relive it, but she's had a doozy of a morning. She's fine. Everything's fine. It's just one of those mornings. She came in the studio, and she goes, "It's been a day." I'm like, "Becca, it's 9 o'clock," and she's like, "Oh, but listen, I don't know how someone's day gets that messed up." How about the two of you? Is all your decorating done? What's on the kids' wish list this year? Crystal, thanks for asking. That's super sweet of you to ask about us. Yeah, all I did was a tree. I threw up a tree in less than an hour while Charlie was taking his final nap of the day, and I threw some stockings on our mantle above our fireplace, and that's it. And Becca, her house looks like a show home.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It's gorgeous and colorful and adorable and cheery.
Thank you.
But are you all done?
Oh, yeah. Finished. Done.
Finished.
Donezo.
Finito.
Yeah.
She put some pictures on Facebook. Gorgeous. Katie, what's for lunch? I got invited to go to a childhood friend's house? Sure. You guys know what I mean. An old friend. I don't think I'm old enough to say old friend yet. So I feel like I'm at the age where I say childhood friend because I can't say old friend because I'm only 24. But I'm going to an old friend's house for lunch. She wants to make me and my friend paninis. I don't know what's on them. I wouldn't ask. I don't care what's on them. I'd eat it. I'm excited when people cook for me. I love being cooked for. So that is going on at 1 o'clock today. I'm going to drive to Jeff City, about 25 minutes away, and she has graciously asked to make us lunch, which is super, super sweet. Becca had to basically force herself to eat breakfast today, so I doubt she's going to have any lunch.
I will not be eating lunch.
Becca will not be eating lunch today.
I did not eat all day yesterday. I ate breakfast on Monday, and I made myself eat this morning because it had been so long since I'd eaten, and it felt like I was eating razor blades. So we'll probably be skipping the rest of the day for food.
Yeah. If you missed it yesterday, the day before, really? Mm-hmm. Yes, the day before yesterday, Becca was unfortunately, she tested positive for strep, which is sad. Mm-hmm. Now, so far, correct me if I'm wrong, the only symptom she's had is a sore throat.
Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yep.
No fever, no chills, which is great, except sore throats suck.
Yeah, my uvula, if you can switch off if you can't handle this, is laying on my tongue right now, like an L shape or a J shape, like totally laying, not just touching, but like laying on it. That's how swollen my throat is. But you know what? It's fine. It has gotten better since yesterday, and I did actually get to sleep last night. But food is not my friend today. Nope.
I told Crystal, I told Becca to go home yesterday. I could try to tell her to go home today. She wouldn't do it. Yeah, Crystal said, I knew there was something off about the vibe this morning, sending you good energy for a better rest of your day.
Thank you.
Super
yes,
sweet.
I feel like
crap. She came in and she says, I think it's actually good I'm not doing the live today. And I was like, bless your heart, Becca. I shouldn't have let her do the live yesterday. Liz,
it was fine yesterday. I don't know. Like today I'm like foggy headed. It's weird.
Sometimes the third day for me, which technically this is your third day, is the worst.
It is, yes.
Is the worst. So you start feeling better. Now, Becca didn't get a steroid shot, but if you ever have gotten a steroid shot, you feel on top of the world the next day, maybe for 2 or 3 days, and then it starts wearing off, and then you put your body through so much because you tricked yourself into, or
thinking that you were fine.
The medicine tricked yourself into feeling good.
Yeah.
And then you hit that wall, and you're like, I'm worse.
Yeah.
That's what happens too. That's what happened with me. Let me see here. Tea is all that helps me with a sore throat. Jen, I don't know.
Hot coffee. I've been drinking lots of hot coffee.
Nothing relieves it for more than a few seconds, to be honest, in my opinion. But whatever can relieve it, even for a few seconds, is definitely worth it.
Question, my car coasters are too big. What's the best way to cut it down? Scissors or craft knife? What are they made out of? Like cork or?
That's exactly the question I was going to ask. It's like we do this for a living. Okay.
Anna has not brought me blow up Santa yet. I'm ready for it. I mean, like I told her, I reached all-star level tacky years ago, so you can add anything to my yard, and I'm unfazed now. I really.
Don't you have a Minnie and Mickey?
Minnie died this year. Minnie died. We had to trash Minnie. We've had Minnie since Bex was a baby. We do have a brown Santa, and we have a Christmas tree.
The same brown Santa?
Yes. Mm-hmm, yeah,
I love
the very same one.
Love it.
And
the very same one.
Christmas tree that was in our living room last year is now outside. So we do need an 8-foot Santa in our yard. I'm ready for it. Yep.
Yeah. They'll be on sale after the holidays. You can just snag them.
Her coasters are made out of neoprene.
You got steady hands.
Yeah, dude, that scares me a little bit. I mean, make a template, like a cardstock template, put it on top, maybe take a Sharpie or something like that, draw it around it, and then I would probably hand cut it just with scissors. You all weigh in. Let us know.
Crystal, I always forget how young Rachel is. 24, you're still a baby. That's what I hear.
What's hot tang? Like tang? Like juice? Oh my God, I can't even imagine that on my throat right now.
Tang is in like
like acidic tang?
I don't think it's very acidic. There's no juice.
I'm imagining orange juice on my throat right now, and it makes me want to pass out.
Have you had Tang?
Well, my mother used to get my
like
brother's Tang, juice. And then
I'm not saying it's not good. I would drink a tall glass right now. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not at all juice. I don't even think there's any juice in it.
Okay.
That being said, I don't think I'd want to heat it up and put it on my sore throat. You know what though, Robin? That's fine.
I mean, if you love that though,
whatever works is.
Well, and there's a difference in a sore throat and like a raw throat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Like when James got his tonsils out.
Oh God, I can't even imagine. As bad as mine feels right now, I can't imagine that.
That would have been horrible.
Oh, terrible.
Horrible. Amy said, I just realized I could be Rachel's mom, Amy. No.
I mean, if I'm honest, I could almost be
Rachel's
you could
mom.
not be. I'm 11 years older than you.
That's horrifying to think about.
It is horrifying. Yes, it is. Absolutely. 100%. I'm kind of like your mom, though. Her mom's amazing.
I go home and tell James that almost on a daily basis because my mom is right up there with, like, mom's my best friend. Like, I'm so close to mom. We're super close. And Becca's personality and mom's personality, they're very alike. And I think that's why me and Becca just get along so darn well is because she's a lot like my mom. Not like your mother, but just like the way we can just conversate and the way our personalities collect. Because, you know, if someone's stubborn and someone's stubborn, they're just going to butt heads all the time. It's just not going to work out. And lots of people like that who have friendships that they just shouldn't. But, and I'm not saying Becca's stubborn.
I was going to say, which one of us is stubborn,
No,
Rachel?
I'm saying like the person, the personality types that we have go so well together. When I say we don't fight, like I've fought with every one of my friends. We've had tiffs. I can't think of an instance. We never.
No, there was one time that we were filming together and you kept correcting me, which you were supposed to do, but I got frustrated. No, you were supposed to do it and I got frustrated. And so I didn't yell. I just got a little snippy and I felt so bad, like so bad about it afterwards. I was like, Rachel, I'm so sorry. She was like, what are you talking about?
If I don't remember it, Becca shouldn't feel bad about it.
I still feel bad about it.
I have never, ever lost sleep.
She literally stared at me like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now, sometimes I'll say something and then I'll go to my desk and I'll be like, did that sound bitchy? And I'm like, Becca, if I said that and you took it, she's like, stop. I'm like, okay. I'm just making sure we're cool because, like, I would never disrespect you. She's like, stop. But we never, ever fight. Ever. We're going on, like, 4 years of knowing each other. It just doesn't happen.
Yes, I do have strep throat, Denise.
Oh yeah.
Kat, I enjoy that chicken dinner at 11:20.
You had what?
She said, I'm going in for my chicken dinner. Do you call lunch dinner? My sister-in-law calls dinner supper, and it weirds me out every time. She's always called it supper. I've literally known her my entire life, and as far as I can remember, she's always called it supper.
Across the bridge, my in-laws always say breakfast, supper, dinner. That supper is lunch. Breakfast, supper, dinner. Not breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, supper, dinner. And it, to this day, 8 years in, they're like, well, I'll be over there after supper. And I'm like, okay. So they'll be here like
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And then they show up at like 1 and I'm like, I keep forgetting that supper.
Dinner and supper are interchangeable, but not supper and lunch.
Thank you. But it's breakfast, supper, dinner.
So what's lunch?
Nothing. Lunch is irrelevant.
Lunch, it's not in their vocabulary.
It's not in their vocabulary. No. They never say lunch.
Brunch. Or dinner.
Dinner. I like dinner.
Yeah. I eat dinner a lot. I don't eat dinner a lot, but I'll eat dinner at like 3 o'clock.
When I eat dinner, it's at 4.
Yeah.
Me and James can go to any restaurant on a Saturday night and eat dinner and not have to wait because we beat every rush.
People make fun of me because when I go to the melting pot, I make a reservation at like
4 o'clock, right when they open.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm like, hate on haters, but I'm going to be at home in my bed when you're still there. Also, the crowd is not terrible and it was easy to get my reservation. So I don't know what you want. Also, I'm not eating 2 meals right now. I'm eating dinner. And I'm done.
Dinner and that's it.
Yeah.
Dinner and done. Most say breakfast, dinner, supper. Most? Where we go?
In the north? Is that a northern thing? I swear, I don't. Dinner is lunch? I'm so confused. This is fascinating to me.
I couldn't. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They better not drill that into Charlie or I will be so confused as a mother.
For farmers, it was always breakfast, lunch / dinner, then supper. I'm so blown away. My mother has ruined me.
My mother has ruined me.
And she's from the north. She was raised by Yankees.
She was raised by Yankees. Lisa said, I grew up saying supper. Supper in Massachusetts.
Supper.
If you slapped down $1 billion on the table and said, Rachel, spell Massachusetts, I wouldn't get the money. I would not get the money.
That's okay.
I can say that for lots of words. Like I said, common sense smart, I've got plenty of it. But book smarts,
why do you need to learn how to spell? You can just do it on your phone and autocorrect. So it's fine. Who needs to spell?
What is geometry? What is algebra? What's that harder one? Calculus. What is calculus? What's that harder one?
I don't know where you were going. If it was physics or calculus or
physics. Calculus.
I love physics.
Physics.
Physics is more sciencey.
Okay, I was about to say, is that?
I mean, it's also math, but I love physics.
I wanna just smack whoever decided to throw the alphabet into math. Just
equations, yeah.
Don't do that to me.
It makes sense to me though. It's crazy. I don't know.
Now I was told by my math teacher, and I've always thought of math differently. I don't think he knew it made such an impact on me. But I think the global question is when would you ever need to use that in everyday life? You won't. That's the point. All that math does is when you learn how to do fractions, when you learn how to do calculus, you know, the cosine, sine, all that stuff. When you learn how to do that, it opens a little door in your brain and it stays open. When you master something in math like that, you open a little part of your brain that you're then able to use later in life for different things, completely unrelated to math. It just allows you to be able to use your brain in different ways. So math makes you smarter, not in math, but in something later on.
There are things that I still use, but not those equations. I'll use like a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Yes.
I use that. I'll use the is over of like to find percentages, or ratios, that type of thing.
Yes.
And then I use like conversions, like to convert from centimeters to inches or centimeters to feet, those type of things. But like other than that, I don't. But that, I mean, I don't use it in my field.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so why would you need that? For sure. Sarah.
Her door is still closed.
That's my sister.
Who's very smart, by the way.
Sarah's got a master's degree, okay?
Yes.
She's freaking smart. And neither of us can do math. Math does not run in the family.
Which is why she's a librarian and not a math teacher.
No one in our family has ever been able to do math. Math homework in the Hensley household was misery for every one of it. It's not like, come here, mom, come here, dad, come and help us with these equations. It was,
you're on your own, kid.
Because there wasn't like Google. It was like go downstairs on the dinosaur computer and see what you can find. I mean, you just couldn't. There was nothing. My door's closed too, Sarah. But you remember Mr. Delisle saying that. You remember. Oh, man. I like that explanation. Rachel applies to lots of areas of expertise as well. Lisa, you're welcome. I like to spread around the things that my math teacher told us. He was quite a man, Mr. Delisle. He used to live in Boston and Massachusetts, which I cannot spell. And he has done everything from like taxi driver. His hair was to his feet one time. He's done everything. He's done everything. But he also said that odd numbers are pleasing to the eye, and that had nothing to do with math. But I think about that a lot in my crafting, is that odd numbers are more pleasing to the eye. So I try and incorporate that when I can into the crafts that I create. Oh, I've always loved math. Crystal, why? What's wrong with you? Ugh. Which subject were you the best at? Not that you loved the most, but which subject were you the best at? Math? Was it math?
Well, my ACT score, the highest was English and then math. But math just makes sense to me.
My highest was English.
Yeah.
My highest was English. I'm not telling you my score. Becca knows my score. I will not divulge my ACT. I feel like standardized testing.
Rachel, standardized testing means
burn
nothing.
To the ground.
It means nothing.
Every single child takes tests differently. You can't time a child take it. I was a
my
teenager,
uncle, who is an astrophysicist, he worked for NASA. I think made what you made. I think he made it was 17 or 19. I can't remember. And he's an astrophysicist now. Standardized testing means nothing.
I hate standardized
He's brilliant.
Testing. I hate any time test. If you say, hey, Rachel, have you memorized this book? I'll be like, sure have. Like, okay, 20 minutes. I'll be like, 20 minutes? You put the paper down, my brain, it's gone. It's got, my dad's the same way. It is, I swear I think it's a problem. Maybe medicine can fix it. I don't know, but it's bad. It's bad. Oh, gosh. Shirley always loved algebra. Maria said my best subject was English and grammar. Katie said science. I liked science. I wasn't very good at it, but I liked it. Oh, gosh. Crystal, it was a jab. What's wrong with you that you liked math the best? That was a jab. You know I only jab people who I truly love. I did terrible in math, but had an A in chemistry. I did, which my teacher was great. I think teachers matter so much in the school system. If you have a great teacher who's passionate about teaching you, then you will do well. That does not account for Mr. Delisle in math class. He did his best. He was sent from heaven above, and I still got C minuses in math, probably just because he felt sorry for me. But for the most part, if you have great teachers, then, you know, that want to go the extra mile with you, teachers matter a lot. Yes, we all agree standardized testing means nothing. Sarah, I'm not the best at tests. No, you're pretty good at tests. Well, guys, I don't know how we got on this topic. I think it was my fault. Christmas trees and standardized testing, and it is what it is. This is what we do here. That's what we do here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch us live and make a beautiful envelope with some Cricut Adaptive Tools. If you have these tools now, you have a little inspiration on what to use them for. We're going to be going live on Friday, not tomorrow. That's my fault. Sorry, guys. But we're going live today, which we don't usually do, so you're welcome. This is coming out for members maybe today, Becca, probably today.
Sure. I just have to make a thumbnail.
Well, hot dog. There we go.
No biggie.
Yeah, so you'll see this today. If you're a member, you can see how I basically just played with Orbeez for 10 minutes. Basically, that's all I did. Join the membership if you haven't already. $45 off using the code JINGLE. If you want to make your own cut files, join our Illustrator course. Becca created that. It's fantastic. No coupon code necessary. That's $50 off. Let us know if you have any questions. We are always open for questions. hello@oakandlamb.com is a way that you can reach us quickly and get back to us. Comments on YouTube are fine, but if you want a good, quick response, that is the way to do it, by emailing us. Thank you guys so much. We will see you Friday morning. And yeah, have a great day.